Now, I love to share basically how you can solve question, what are the ways that best suits your need. So the first and the most important things that we need to understand whenever we are solving question is basically we need to identify where are we in the questions. Where are we in the questions? Defining where do you stand helps you. Understanding the context of the question, what the question is actually trying to say, and then solving the root cause for that question is the basic thing how you can solve a question. So most of the time in all the PMP questions, you will get two options. One option as the right option and one option more of the and then seems as the right option. So in order to get the right option right, you need to solve the get the root cause analysis. You need to solve the root cause of that particular thing. So how do you do the root cause analysis? You must understand the process of PMP. So if you don't know the flow of PMP, there are almost 9 videos, I guess, on my channel. Overall PMP. The videos titles are overall PMP videos. I highly recommend all of you any of those videos. Any of those videos you watch, I have given the flow in a different way. So please watch that video that will give you the flow of that. Then watch journeys videos that can give you in-depth things, how you understand the flow. So this is our template that I recommend you use in solving the question. Step number one, slow down. Slow down. Now, most of the time, this seems as a counter initiative. Hey, if we get slow down, actually it is going to take us more time. But no, not really. When you slow down, it takes you less time. Why? What happened? If I am saying wrong, do put that in the comment box and keep your comment coming. I keep on saying, guys, your comments are more like an oxygen to me everywhere. So keep your comment coming. So if you don't slow down, what actually happen? You have to read the options. You have to read the question multiple times. But if you slow down, you only read the question one time, and in the long term, your time actually saves. This is very important, especially for those who have good English. They must slow down in the exam. They must slow down to read the question. I'm just making it bigger so you can read it clearly. So second is the most important step. Whenever you are reading the question, read the question like you are second person, you are explaining it to someone. For example, if I'm asking Khalid, so I should talk to Khalid, hey Khalid, what should the PM do next? Now, Khalid, as a responsible project manager, he knows, okay, this is here we are in the project. Why? Because when you read the last line, these are most of the time, what should the PM do next? What is the next logical step? What are you likely to do first? What should the PM do? What is the best course of action here? What is the next best course of action? Most of the time, if you have solved even one mock, most of the time the question has this as the last line. As the last line, what should the PM do? So what should the PM do next? Next logical step, likely to do first. What should the PM do? Best course of action. What is the next best course of action? And things like that. So when you read that, if the question says what should the PM do next, we're talking about the future thing. Okay, what should the PM should have done? So what should he have done in the past? Maybe update some documentation. Whenever the next, it's mean logical step. In order to understand the logical step, understand the journey of the PMP. If I try to give it in 2 minutes. First, stakeholders are identified. Once the stakeholders have been identified, first the charter is approved, assumption log is made, then the charter is shared with the key stakeholders, then further stakeholders are identified. Once the stakeholders are identified, we make stakeholder engagement plan, and we all after stakeholder register we make stakeholder engagement plan, communication plan, resource plan, then risk, quality, procurement, three baselines. Once the plans are approved, we implement them, we monitor them, and close them. A quick review of how everything is done. So this is more of a sequence. I would highly recommend each and every one of you to make the mind map your by your hand how the steps are moving. Maybe a flow chart, maybe a mind map, whatever works for you. Just to give you the context, what are the steps and how steps are moving. Important thing, understanding this ideal framework of the project manager really helps. Like always hold health and safety, quality, governance as non-negotiable. Like you are not going to negotiate. You are a project manager, servant leader. So how can you negotiate safety or governance or quality? Unless the question clearly says that the customer has requested change and the question is agile, always consider scope as non-negotiable. You cannot do anything. You have to go to change control procedure. The change control procedure must be followed. And as a good project manager, even in agile, never bypass any process. Always try to be proactive rather than reactive. Okay, proactive rather than reactive. Own up issues, hold everyone accountable, know how to communicate right information at right time to right people the right way, and knows how to exercise and prioritize work. Okay, then once you know this framework, read the options, read the question, understand the problem, and use elimination technique. So guys, if you do only three things right, read slowly, identify the problem, use elimination technique, you can solve the entire PMP. That's it. You can solve the entire PMP if you can use proper elimination technique. In the real exam, two options are mostly absurd. One option is very clear and one option is right. So with the elimination technique, you easily eliminate one option, then one, and then you get the answer. I highly recommend that whatever the question you are doing, have an agile mindset and servant leadership so that you can solve each and every question in the positive way. Now comes the most important step. You must be thinking, if now comes the most important step, what is the purpose of this thing? So, guys, I keep on saying to each and every person, solving PMP question is one thing. Solving PMP question is one thing. Doing the root cause analysis is the most important thing. Whatever the format you use, I highly recommend that you use Excel file to do the detailed root cause analysis. Excel files to do the detailed root cause analysis. Why? You can easily go through them, make sheets. For example, one of my students used this template to solve question, and each question he is giving lessons. Like what are the lessons he have learned? What are the lessons he have learned from this question? What are the lessons from he has learned from this topic and this topic? Each question must give you a lesson. Let me show you another template. If one question is not giving you a lesson, then this means there is something wrong with that question, or there is something wrong how you have done the root cause. Each question must give you a lesson. 180 question, 180 lesson. You can have a overall lesson and register. As you keep on moving forward, you start removing topics from there and start your list getting less and less, less and less. So that is how basically you do the root cause analysis. Is it clear? Is there any confusion? If there is any confusion, please ask. You can raise your hand or unmute yourself. Okay, this yes, Khalid.
So this lesson learned or root cause analysis took a lot of time.
Yes, it should.
How can we
It
reduce it?
should.
Yes.
Don't reduce. It should take time. It should take time. If you are doing a mock that took 4 hours, a proper root cause analysis should take 8 hours. It is supposed to.
Yes.
It is supposed to do that. If you are not doing it that way, if you are doing the root cause analysis in 1 hour or maybe 2 hours, this means you are doing the wrong root cause analysis. No? It is supposed to be like this. Brother, you are reading the option, you are going to the questions, you are trying out what is best, why it is this, why not this option, how I can get the root cause from it. So it has to take time. No? Minimum double. So this has to be like this way. If you are not doing it this way, this means you are doing something wrong. So if it is taking time, so you are Khalid doing the right thing. No? Clear?
Exactly.
So don't worry when you are doing right thing. If it takes time, so brother, it is supposed to take time. Okay?
And
Acha
sir,
ji.
why do we do root cause for right ones?
Yes, because while answering the question, there are many times we are confused with two options and we choose one option as more of a guess. So when you do the root
Yeah.
cause analysis, all those options get covered because uh, the law of probability says 50 times your guess is right, 50 times your guess is wrong. So I don't want to work with the law of probability. I want to work with the clear understanding of PM. Clear? Acha ji, with this knowledge, let's try to solve 20 questions of PMP. If anyone still has any question, they can of course ask me. Okay.
Hi, Amer. This is Rohana. I have a question. I know I have been trying to figure out like the topics on the 10 knowledge area and then 49 processes and etc. But is there any way to break that down into like, okay, these are the higher priorities. This is our like um, minimum or etc. And in terms of the PMP test
Okay.
or
Okay.
our knowledge of
Okay.
how we're going to accomplish that at work, because not all company uses or all project uses all the knowledge knowledge area depending on what area you will be working. So is there any way to kind of jot it down into a smaller, I mean,
Let me
just give us
let,
a
let
sense
me let me ask you a question because you are a project
Mhm.
manager. What is the real job of project manager?
to manage a project from
How
beginning
how
to
does good answer. How does he do
Mhm.
that?
So you initiate the project, you
The project is started.
yes,
What he is actually doing in the project,
mostly monitoring.
and how does he monitor?
So monitor, it depend,
By asking team,
monitor in a
by
task
asking
level.
by
Yeah.
asking team, by
Mhm.
asking team, by by having conversation with the stakeholders. Okay, by having the conversation with the stakeholders. Mohammad Imran, your mic has a problem. If there is no voice, other people can hear me. So Mohammad Imran basically is sending a message. So communicating with the stakeholders. So here you go. These are the most important topic for your exam. Stakeholder, the first one, team. The second one, stakeholder communication. Okay, and of course, agile goes with there. That is the most important topic. Then risk, risk becomes after that. Then you can say quality, like
Mhm.
and quality procurement have almost the same importance, and business environment. Okay, then scope, schedule, cost. So this works in this way. As now, this is very important, Rihanna, to understand this. As per the feedback of the current PMPs, like I recorded actually, I guess three journeys today, Rafi and two other people. So all of them have given me this feedback. That these are the most important area you need to focus. Hello YouTube, what's up? It's Amer Ali here. Thank you very much for watching this video. I am so grateful that you watched this video and I hope now it has added value into your PMP journey. If you have any question at any time, you can ask me on this number or email me. I will love to answer you. And if you have not subscribed, please click the subscription button so that I can help you in a better way. My commitment to YouTube is going to increase. I'm going to upload more coaching calls, more journeys, and more posts. So do join this journey and become certified PMP in less time.